Moving south out of Salt Lake City, the road settles into a steady rhythm. For a while, the mountains stay close, tracking alongside the drive, before gradually falling back and giving way to drier ground. It's not a long haul, just a few hours on the road, but the landscape still manages to shift. Rock replaces green, the air changes, and the feeling of the day starts to turn with it. I've been to where this road is headed, just not from this direction. A familiar place with a new approach. It's a drive where the miles pass easily and the change happens quietly. Some updates on things that I was talking about earlier in the trip that were kind of giving me a little bit of grief. The power station, it seems like it just won't charge off of the truck. So that's a good find, I guess. I was able to charge it when we were at the vacation rental in Teton Village. I was able to plug it in there and it started charging right away. So I got it topped off, which is good. So it's a backup for my Starlink, which I shouldn't really need the Starlink, but it may be beneficial when I'm in Canyonlands. I don't think I'll need it today in Arches. I've also got audio guides that I downloaded during the trip. I meant to do that beforehand, but I'm using Guide Along, that app, and some of their audio guides. I made that decision after Badlands. I wish I'd had it in Badlands because I think that would have been helpful. But it was really neat listening to the audio guides in Yellowstone and going through Grand Teton. So I'm gonna keep using those through Arches and Canyonlands. So that may be neat to just drive around and listen to the audio guide. I have been to Arches before. It was in 2016. With my dad on the road trip we did then. That trip we flew into Vegas and did most of the Grand Circle. The only park that we left out was Canyonlands because other parks were priorities and we had a limited amount of time. So it'll be neat to go back there. I was originally planning on doing not long hikes, but a little bit longer than what I've done so far this trip today. And I was trying to decide if I revisit Delicate Arch or not, especially for sunset. And right now I'm opting out of that. I rolled my ankle coming off of Inspiration Point hike 2 days ago. And while I felt fine yesterday and after I rolled it the day before, this morning I woke up and I could feel some soreness in my ankle, and I've got longer hikes planned later in the trip that are a bigger priority for me. So with Arches being a revisit, I've decided that I'm just going to enjoy the day with some shorter hikes. I may do I think it's Wall Street. I think it's about 2 miles out and back. I think it'd be a mile one way if I had someone that could pick me up on the other end. So I think I'm going to do that hike, and I'll probably just stick around. I think it's the windows section around sunset, because those are not too far from the trailhead. So still get a little bit of hiking in, still see some of Arches, revisit a little bit of what I've seen before. But it should be a good day and not too much hiking to aggravate my ankle any more than it currently is. because the needles in Canyonlands on Wednesday and then one hike in Rocky Mountain National Park are definitely my priorities. So I'm going to keep driving down US 6 for another, 176 miles and make it to Arches. So there we go.
Moab comes into view, familiar, not rushed. I roll on through town without stopping, just to get my bearings, kill a little time, and top off the tank. No rush yet, just letting the place settle back in before turning around and heading for the park entrance. Once inside the park, things slow down again. A quick stop at the visitor center, then on toward Park Avenue, the first planned trail of the day. This isn't about covering ground. It's about stepping back into a landscape I already know and seeing how it feels this time around. I should have brought my trekking poles. All these steps are already getting to my knee. I've been dealing with patellar tendonitis, or at least that's what I've been told it is, for, oh goodness, 2 decades. And hiking always aggravates it, so it is what it is at this point. Avenue, the other direction. into the park, I have a destination in mind. But first, a couple of detours. I head toward the windows section, but the parking is packed at midday, so I don't linger. One quick stop at Panorama Point for lunch, a few quiet minutes to sit and take it in. And then I keep moving, farther into the park, down a stretch of road I haven't driven before. I turn onto Salt Valley Road, about 8 miles of gravel and dirt, leading toward the Tower Arch trailhead. This was always a planned stop. Early on, the idea was to hike it, but as the itinerary came together, Canyonlands became the priority. Still, the drive itself felt worth it. Miles off pavement, quieter stretches of road, and a moment away from the main flow of the park.
Check into the hotel that I'll be in for the next few nights, and if timing works out, I'll be back in the national park for sunset.
Back inside the park for one last pass.
Got about an hour and a half until sunset. But it almost looks like a completely different park with a change in light from earlier today. Back into the park for sunset, and we're still about 30 minutes out from it. But it got really cloudy with the rain that came through earlier, and while that could work out to be a really awesome sunset, I'm starting to think that I might cut my losses and head back to the room so I can get some sleep tonight. My current plan is to get up around 3:15 and try and get out of the room by 4 to hopefully be at Mesa Arch tomorrow morning at 5, about 2 hours before sunrise. That's really the priority for me at the moment. is making sure I make that happen. So I may do a slower roll out of the park and see if the light changes. If it does, maybe I'll be at a good spot where I can take a couple photos. If not, it is what it is, and I'll keep going and target the photos that I really wanted from this trip. So far, I've been able to capture a few of those. Arches was more of a filler for me anyway. I knew I was going to be getting into Moab too early in the day to just go straight to the room, but late enough where driving out to Canyonlands didn't really make sense for today. So as I wait here and cars pass me for a little bit, we'll just watch the light and see what happens. But I think I'm gonna just mosey on back to the room and call it a night. Well, offload footage from today and then call it a night.
Back at the hotel, the routine takes over. Offloading footage, charging batteries, and setting things back in order. Tomorrow starts early, earlier than anything so far. For now, it's just about getting some rest, knowing the alarm will come quickly, and the road will be waiting before sunrise.